Alright, welcome to Not HICK Movie Reviews. We got three movies this week. The first one we're up is The Nice Guys. Saw that one opening night. That movie is awesome. Really liked Ryan Gosling in it. His character was kind of hilarious. I believe it or not, I actually like the little kid in the movie. Maybe a little bit more competent than a normal 12-year-old, but she was kind of fun. And I think it's one of Russell Crowe's best performances I've seen in a while. Like I said, this movie is a great, quirky comedy/thriller. It's a pretty good mystery movie as well as being a good comedy. Like I said, this movie is... I really, really enjoyed this movie. Unfortunately, the next movie I saw is nowhere near as good. And that would be the Angry Birds movie. Quite frankly, this movie sucks. It's boring. I mean, I sat there in almost a stupor occasionally. Although it was so boring, I had time to look around to see if anybody else was enjoying the movie. And for the most part, nobody around me was either. Apparently, there were a few people who did because it got applause, but quite frankly, I don't see how you could really enjoy this movie unless you were like 2 to 5. And I think even a 5-year-old may be too advanced for this movie. None of the characters are interesting. None of the characters have an arc, really. It's just stupid. And some people are going to say, well, this is a kids movie. What do you expect? I'm sorry, I've seen good kids movies this year. You go look at Zootopia. There's a kids movie that's really intelligent. It's smart. It doesn't talk down to kids. Go look at Kung Fu Panda 3, another movie. It's really intelligent. Doesn't talk down to kids. And both of them are a lot of fun. There was no fun in this movie. It didn't seem to even... It had no heart. It had nothing. Like I said, even some of the kids around me were freaking almost openly bad-mouthing the movie while it was going on. This movie is horrible. Now, from what I understand, I never played the game, so maybe some of the references came from the game, but I shouldn't have to have played your game in order to get the movie. It's no different than a comic book movie. I shouldn't have to have read the comics in order to understand your movie. Maybe there's something extra in there for people who did see it, or did read it, or did play the game, but there shouldn't be plot points in the movie that just suddenly appear out of nowhere because it happened in the game. Yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot recommend this movie. This movie is horrible. I'm maybe in the minority on that one, but that movie is horrible. Please don't give that movie your money. Especially with two other movies that are really good in theaters right now. Fortunately, we get to go off on a much more positive note, which I kind of enjoy doing. The last movie is Neighbors 2. This is a Seth Rogen comedy, and it's hilarious. It is definitely R-rated. Like I said, I didn't think it was that bad, except for maybe the running dildo joke, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. And even with sometimes it was a little more absurd things. The movie itself basically was like, "What are you doing?" It was real fun. And unlike the Angry Birds movie, where the only funny part in the whole movie is in the previews, in this movie the previews don't even tell you half of it. Like I said, it doesn't kind of go the way you expect in Neighbors 2, yes, but in this one, the entire fun is how you get there. And this movie is fun. It is. Everybody in it seems to be having a blast. Nobody's taking a movie off and just phoning it in. This movie is fun. I highly, highly recommend it. So that's it for this week. You got two movies that are really, really good. The Nice Guys and Neighbors 2, they're really good. If you have kids and you want to take them to see a movie, please go watch Zootopia. It's still playing in, I understand, in most theaters. Go take them to see Zootopia. Don't see them this piece of shit in the Angry Birds movie. I said it. And that's about it for this week. Next week is X-Men Apocalypse, so we'll have a week. We'll definitely be seeing that next week. Tell me leave me a comment in the comments below, and tell me what you think. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and see you next week.